Good day, Brutal Planet listeners. This is Eric Peterson joining you from Salt Lake City. And today is my distinct honor to be joined by Lars. Chris, how are you doing today, Lars?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Where are you joining us from today?
I'm in Stockholm, Sweden.
Nice. So it's evening there?
Yes. It's 6:30.
Nice. And how are things over there?
It's pretty good. I mean, we're not in total lockdown, and they expect people to behave. So
yeah,
let's see what happens.
Yes. I was chatting with, I think it was last year, I chatted with somebody from Sweden, and they said that you had to stay 6 feet apart, and then they asked when they could go back to doing it like Swedes do and stay 20 feet apart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy world. What can I say?
It is a very crazy world. So let's chat about Johan Kihlberg's Impera. How did you get involved with this project?
I've known Johan for many years, and since I work as a mixer and producer, he hired me to mix his first album when they were just called Impera.
Okay.
And he had a basic lineup, and so I mixed their three first albums, and then he decided to do it more like a solo album for the fourth one. So I got more involved in co-writing and playing the guitars as well, besides mixing. And on this new album, I'm even more involved in the songwriting and playing on it.
Nice. Mm-hmm. And then when he switched to the solo stuff, did he was able to mix things up a little bit more, correct?
Yeah, I think he wants to be able to move in different directions. He's a huge fan of diverse bands like Queen and stuff. Uh-huh. So he wants to be able to take a direction and then pick members to fit whatever he's after, I suppose.
Yeah. So the album itself, especially guitars, because you play guitar on there, has a very 80s metal sound, and it combines a lot of Dokken, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Yngwie Malmsteen. Is that a lot of who you were inspired and influenced by?
Yeah, very much so. My biggest guitar hero when it comes to lead guitar playing is George Lynch, and I really love Dokken ever since the Tooth and Nail album.
Yeah,
and with my main band, Lion's Share, we have a little more darker direction, more Judas Priest, Painkiller to Black Sabbath, Dio. So it was nice for me to be able to live out and use the Dokken influences, which I can
definitely
incorporate in Lion's Share because it's not our style.
Yeah. So because for me, the song like All About You, that very much has a Back for the Attack sound to it from Dokken, from the guitar playing sense. If that George Lynch from that album, it sounds what I picked up on that, and I was just like, wow, that's amazing.
Oh, cool! Thank you. Yeah, I take that as a compliment.
But I can tell that he's very much influences you, especially in this, because you have a lot of the same. The sound is not obviously not copying, but it's you could tell that you're influenced by him.
Yeah, he's my main influence for the lead guitar playing, and obviously Tony Iommi usually in Lion's Share for the riffs and stuff. He's the riff master.
Yes,
but I really enjoyed doing this album and be able to live out all my 80s Dokken influences.
Yeah, and then the song When Souls Collide, to me that has a very much like a Master of Puppets guitar riff to it.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So, and then In Heaven, the song In Heaven, I just have to say to everybody when the album comes out, check that song out because it has an amazing guitar solo in it. I love that guitar solo in there.
Oh, thank you.
So
that's actually a very old song. After our fourth album with Lion's Share, Entrance, in 2001, that was the first song I wrote after the album. So the music I didn't touch. It's the same. We even used the bass files from back then.
Oh, really?
The King Diamond bass player was a member of Lion's Share.
Oh, wow.
The first 4 albums. So we were able to use the same bass file with his permission, of course.
Yeah.
The singer Johnny and his friends up in Umeå from Nocturnal Rites wrote the melody and the lyrics for that one.
Oh, okay.
The other ones I co-wrote with Mick Devine from the AR band 7, which I also worked with.
Oh, okay. Are there any songs in particular on the album that have a special meaning to you versus other songs? I know that they're probably all your babies, but is there any of the songs that you just stand out to you?
No, in this scenario, and it's funny because it's not my main band and all, but I like all the songs equally.
Yeah,
I must say I'm really happy with the album. It took a long time to do for various reasons, and people are spread all over Sweden and stuff. But I'm really happy with the album, and as I said, it's so much fun to do something different. I would never do a side project that sounds like Lion's Share.
Yeah.
Or that compete with my riffs that's, Lion's Share sounding.
Yeah. What about the last song, which is Battle? That's very much a almost like a movie soundtrack score.
Yeah, that was written solely by the Lion's Share keyboard player, Kai Backlund.
Oh, okay.
So if you listen to, he was the member and co-wrote with me for the first 4 Lion's Share albums. And on the second album too, there's a song called Rack Race, which is like a sister song. And he's influenced by Keith Emerson and Vince DiCola, who wrote the Rocky 4.
Oh, okay.
Song. So it's very much influenced by that. And Johan is a huge movie freak and movie soundtrack freak. So he loves that stuff.
Nice. And then as far as the lineup for the album, as drums go, Johan plays on drums, but you also had Snowy that came in and did some drumming on the album too, correct?
Yeah, Snowy did the whole album.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. And so how did you guys decide which who you were going to bring in for the album?
Johan and I, when the songs were written, discussed a couple of names for vocals and for bass and for drums, and he approached them and made some kind of deal, and so it was pretty simple. Everybody was on board, and I think we got an interesting and great lineup. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's a great lineup. I mean, like you said, Johnny from Nocturnal Rites is vocals on it, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he does a great job. And then
so this was more like a band lineup.
Oh, okay.
More like the same singer, the same drummers. There's a couple of different bass players. John Leven from Europe played almost all the songs. We had the old bass player they had in Impera, Mats Fastfjord from 220 volts. He's on one song, and as I said, Pontus Egberg, who used to be in Lion's Share and now he's in King Diamond, play on one song.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's just your solid lineup of those guys then, and no really except for those exceptions, it's just all those guys then.
All the same guys except for bass players.
Okay. And does he have any? Do you guys have any idea? Do you want to take this out on the road, or do you want to? Is it just a studio album project?
No, we were scheduled to open up for Kiss here in Stockholm last June.
Oh, okay.
But because of the pandemic, it got postponed, and I think it's still up for June this year, but I don't think it will happen. I don't think Kiss will come here this year. Yeah.
So, I mean, once things get settled down, do you feel like it could be something that you guys do some select shows with?
Yeah, pretty much so. I think, I mean, it's Johan's baby, and obviously he wants to go out and play live, and he wants to make more albums and stuff. But all the so-called members he's working with, they have their main band. So I guess it's about scheduling and, cut some deals with people as well. It's all about timing.
Exactly.
That goes for myself as well. I mean, Lionshare is my band.
Yeah.
So if it conflicts, obviously I'm gonna go with Lionshare.
Yeah. So as far as the recording of the album and the mixing for you, because you mixed it, was it the process any different because of the pandemic, or did everybody? I mean, people record from home and then send it to you.
Yeah, no difference. The only person that recorded at my studio was the bass player John Levin.
Oh, okay, all right. So
other than that, everybody did it in their hometown.
So pretty much it was an easy thing for you, not anything different. So the pandemic didn't really affect you as far as mixing and stuff.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, the release got bumped.
Yeah.
Almost, the album was done like a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Almost, so, yeah. And we were hoping for to be able to play live, because we're scheduled on a cruise, Kiss cruise.
Oh, okay.
Right now, when it's supposed to be released April, that got bumped as well. I think it's still on for September or something.
Oh, okay.
So we were planning this release party, on the boat. We'll have 2,000 people there that could buy the signed CDs and vinyls and do a live show. And there were other bands on Jean Bavor that worked with Kiss, and a bunch of people, other bands were supposed to play on this cruise.
Oh, okay. So, in other news, I think it's important that we let the world know that Lionshare released a new single, Under Attack.
Yeah.
And tell us about the meaning behind that song, because I feel like, based on what I've seen and heard of it, it's very pertinent to today's world.
Yeah, a little bit by chance, because when Patrick and I write, we sit together and we just sing some random words, whatever fits to get the hook. And we had that Under Attack.
Yeah.
It was, just some words we used when we wrote it, but it sounded so good. And that happened for many of our songs. Another Desire, another single we made. We sang Another Desire. It sounds so good. It fits. So Patrick wrote the lyrics around Under Attack. So we had one verse going more in the war and that kind of bombs and stuff. And, and then there was the pandemic, another verse. So we're under attack from different things, so to speak. So that's the meaning behind it. But, so we just write, and we try to release a new single every 2-3 months to gain more fans and keep the interest up. We had plans to release an album last year, but there's no meaning when we can't tour.
Yes, exactly.
So we had just started playing live again. We did 2 headline shows in Germany right before the shutdown. we played March 6th and 7th, and in Germany we flew back home on the 8th, and I think they shut down Sweden on the 10th.
Wow! So
and probably the same in Germany. So had those shows been a week later, they wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Sure. So then that being said, then at some point there'll be more Lionshare songs being released and a new album at some point.
Absolutely, yeah. We're gonna continue to release every 2 or 3 months, like we've done for quite some time now.
Nice.
And yeah, of course, the fans complain. Some of them that's not on Spotify or whatever that want a physical product.
Yeah,
but there's no point when we can't tour it.
Exactly. And then I was going to ask you too. I mean, we know that you're an amazing guitar player, but you're equally as gifted behind the mixing board and producing albums. Do you have any other projects that you're intimately involved in yourself too?
Yeah, sometimes I'm hired just to do the mixing. Sometimes I'm hired to co-write, and sometimes I'm used to help out with the drums and obviously the guitars. So it varies from project to project, but that's my living, how I make my living. So I'm always working, and I'm open to new projects all the time. So.
Nice. Well, I have to tell everybody that when this album comes out on April 9th, that they need to pick it up because it's a very good album, and it has very much a 80s sound to it, but a modern mix to it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that old mix that some of us have a hard time with. It has a very good mix, and the sound is very much inspired by the 80s.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I have a hard time myself with all the reverb and chorus and all those effects from the 80s. I like the music, but the productions are not my style. I want it to be upfront and with a lot of punch and clarity. So you hear what people are playing.
Exactly, and I feel like with some of the 80s sound, it was also, to me, it was a lot. Some of it was kind of tinny sounding, it didn't have a lot. The bass was, and the drums were almost mixed out of it, and so it was a lot of treble and tin sound to it.
Yeah, with different times, and obviously, if you put too much bottom end on a vinyl, the needle will jump off. I think that was the main reason back then.
Yeah.
And also they did a lot of compression in radio, I think. So they mixed it in a way so it would sound good on radio or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Lars, I appreciate your time, and I just want to encourage everybody to go pick up Impera on April 9th when it comes out. The album is called Spirit of Alchemy, and it's going to be an amazing album, and I look forward to that, and I look forward to hearing more Lion's Share music. So,
thank you very much.
So I appreciate your time, and we will chat soon.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yes.
Take care and stay safe.
Yes.